You're listening to the Free to Be Mindful podcast, which provides bite-sized tips for busy parents, educators, and anyone working with kids. These real talk conversations focus on mindful living, mental health, and personal growth, helping all to learn, grow, and inspire with mindfulness in mind. I'm your host, Vanessa de Jesus Guzman, educator, licensed professional counselor, entrepreneur, and mom. I'm passionate about helping folks live life with peace of mind and ease of heart while not losing their, well, you know, here we go. Have you ever tried to practice meditation but have no idea if it's working or even if you're doing it right? Wouldn't it be awesome if there was something to let you know when you're in the zone, to let you know to do more of that? Well, there is something that does exactly that. It's called Muse. Muse is a brain sensing headband that helps you find more calm, sharper focus, and better sleep. It does this by measuring your brain waves and lets you know exactly when you're in a meditative state. It's an awesome tool for kids and for adults alike. You can get 15% off any Muse product by clicking the link in the show notes below. Check them out at choosemuse.com. And again, don't forget to use that link for 15% discount at checkout. Hi, and welcome back to the Free to Be Mindful podcast. I hope that you're feeling good, looking good, and doing better in this world than you were yesterday. I always like to start off by reminding you that at the end of every episode, there is a short guided meditation. So make sure that you listen the entire way through. Also, if you feel that you need more than that, every Tuesday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I offer a Mindfulness with People of Color, where we see you because we are you. I am one of the co-creators, and we offer a guided sit every Tuesday evening from 9 to 9:30. So you're welcome to go to the website and register. There's no fee. We just welcome everyone who needs a little bit of time for themselves. And you know what a difference it makes once you experience it. And with that being said, Mindfulness with People of Color is offering a virtual retreat on Saturday, November 20th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you'd like to find out more information about that, you can do the same. So, my friends, it is almost Halloween here in the United States. I wonder, I've never thought about this before, if the rest of the world celebrates Halloween. I know in Dominican Republic, they did not used to have that, but now as things become a little bit more Americanized, some people do celebrate Halloween even there. And I'll share with you that before living in Jersey, I grew up at least my early primary years in the Bronx. And living in the Bronx in the early, mid, and late 80s, it wasn't really a place that perhaps was safe enough to trick or treat. I really didn't celebrate it as a kid. So, of course, being from Dominican Republic, my mom didn't celebrate it when she was a kid. And we maybe dressed up about 2 times in my early primary years that I can remember. And when we did dress up, we didn't go door to door. We went to the park and then came back home. So because I don't have that experience, I'm not really a fan of the holiday. However, my son, on the other hand, is all about it. We discussed plenty of weeks prior to now of what he was going to be for Halloween, something about a Minecraft diamond extra or something or the other. I don't quite follow, although I try to. So he has his Halloween costume ready, and we have trunk or treats that we're going to and different things around town. And he's so very excited. And he asked me, what am I going to be for Halloween? I think I'll dress up as a tired mom. Really not dressing up at all. But with that being said, it makes me think of Halloween and masks, the costumes, right? Everybody gets all decked out and really hides their own personality, their own persona to be someone else. And yes, maybe the United States and perhaps some other places in the world celebrate this, right? Celebrate the aspect of putting another mask on and being someone else on the 31st of October. And it makes me think, if we as a society perhaps dress up as other people, not literally like we do on Halloween, but if we as a society wear masks to become other people or try on other types of personalities or leave ourselves behind for another type of character on an everyday basis. So when you really think about it, we as kids learn what type of language we can use in school, what type of language we can use at home, and what type of language we can use with our friends. We learn not only the language, but also the types of topics that are appropriate or inappropriate to speak about, depending on the group of people that we're with. But even now, as adults, we use different types of language. We talk about different types of topics depending on who we're conversing with. If we're talking to family members, to childhood friends, to adult friends, to friends who are parents of our kids' friends, to colleagues, every single group, it seems perhaps that we wear a different type of mask. And some of these changes are natural, some of these changes are expected. But what I ask you to reflect on today is really the scope of the change. How far away do we take ourselves from our truest, most authentic selves, depending on to whom we're speaking? And the reality is that all of us wear a variety of masks throughout our day because we all have different roles that we play throughout our day. So, for example, I myself am a mother, daughter, wife, sister, friend, cousin, godmother, educator, therapist, leader, member of different organizations and associations. I'm a member of my community, of my state, and of society as a whole. And I'm sure there's a lot more that we can come up with if we really take the time to think of the different things that we are a part of. And with that, with every role that we play, we do wear a different mask. We do perhaps show up a little bit differently because we offer different groups, different parts of ourselves. But the true question is, what is our most authentic self? And furthermore, what does it mean to be authentic? Authenticity means having a true awareness of not only who you are, but also what you stand for, and not letting other people jade your opinion or your beliefs, your morals, your values, your ethics, because you show up consistently and honestly. And there are a couple of different strategies that we can do to really figure out who and what is our most authentic selves. And the first is to think of, when do we feel our most authentic? Or to phrase it differently, when do we feel our most real without putting any masks or without using any filters to watch what we say or to make certain decisions? When are we just us? Something else that helps us figure out what our most or who our most authentic self is being present, which of course is being mindful. When you are really connected to yourself, when you're not distracted by outside voices or even the internal voices that perhaps do not belong to you, that's when you really have a keen sense of self-awareness that you are being you without playing another role. Another strategy that helps out is having a strong support system. People who know you for you and who take you for your bare bones and who you are will really encourage you when you are being yourself and perhaps call you out when you're not being yourself. They'll encourage you to shine and to really come forth even when perhaps you doubt yourself. So to find these people, sometimes it's people we've known for a long time, and sometimes it's folks that we perhaps just met recently in our lives. Begin to surround yourself with people who really encourage you to live out your craziest dreams rather than putting them down. And check in with these different types of relationships that you have in your life. And when you do that, you'll begin to really see who is the support system that pushes you to be your truest self. The next thing to keep in mind, along with that self awareness that we just talked about and having that strong support system, is then to take action yourself toward becoming your most authentic self. And the way you do that is really thinking about what are your biggest dreams? What are your goals? Are you on those paths that can help you achieve those dreams and those goals? And if you're not, then take action to get there. And of course, sometimes it's not one major action that makes this happen, but sometimes it's a domino effect of a lot of small steps, a lot of smaller actions eventually make that big impact. Authenticity is a concept that really is woven deep into our society, and so many people have a lot of different things to say about it. Here are a couple of quotes that perhaps can help you put some things more in perspective. Comedian Amy Poehler says, "You attract the right thing when you have a sense of who you are." Motivator Tony Robbins says, "The strongest force in the universe is a human being living consistently with his identity." Athlete Michael Jordan says, "Authenticity is about being true to who you are, even when everyone around you wants you to be someone else." And finally, Brene Brown states, "Authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are." And as we go into celebrating Halloween, to bring it back to full circle, really think about what are those masks that we wear? What are the different roles that we have to play? Is it necessary to do those things sometimes? Absolutely. We don't talk to our colleagues the same way that perhaps we talk to our partners or our own children. But at the core of it all is the person who we truly are. It is my hope that you can be your truest self each and every day, for that is the person that you are meant to be and the role that you can best play during your time on this earth. So right now, regardless of where you are or what you're doing, take a deep breath in through your nose as you feel your belly rise, and let that breath go out through your nose as you feel your belly deflate. So let's take some time right now to reflect on a few questions that can help you become your most authentic self. What aspects of yourself do you like the most? What are some accomplishments that you are the most proud of? What are 3 things that bring the most happiness into your life? And then think of what are some things that you would like to change about yourself? What is something perhaps that you may regret and want to do differently now? It is my hope that the reflection to these questions bring you some answers and perhaps bring you peace as you make any changes necessary to be the truest version of yourself. Have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this week's show. It would mean a ton if you took this moment to review the Free to Be Mindful podcast on the platform you catch your favorite shows. That quick and easy act lets me know what you enjoy, and it helps others find the podcast too. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you can listen along next week. In the meantime, I welcome you to catch me on social media at Counselor V de Jesus. And as always, remember, in a world where you are free to be anything that you want to be, you are always free to be mindful. Catch you next week.